Welcome back to Houston Live. We'd like to get right back to our conversation about the deadly Las Vegas shooting. And joining us, we have Supervisory Special Agent Chris Johnson from the FBI. He is on the phone right now. Agent Johnson, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, excellent. So there's been a lot of talk this morning about how the FBI is cooperating with this investigation. It's really up to local authorities. We really want to focus on Houston, though. Obviously, none of us hopes that something like this will happen, but I think we've been talking about preparedness and the importance of being prepared. So can you sort of explain to us the role of the FBI in case of an event like this here in town?
Yeah, of course. Well, Derek, first what I'd like to do is obviously express our sympathies towards the families of the friends and families of the victims out there in Las Vegas from this horrific attack, and certainly our thoughts and prayers are with the victims that are recovering, and those that certainly will have probably a lengthy recovery ahead of them as well. But what I'd like to reiterate or iterate to your viewers is the fact that we have within the Houston metropolitan area, we have a very strong relationship between the FBI and our state and local partners. The FBI is not a first responder organization. We're primarily an investigative agency. So our partners, primarily the Houston Police Department, the Harris County Sheriff's Office, those such agencies, they're the ones that will be responsible for initially responding to such. And then at their request, and depending on the nature of the crime, the FBI would be involved in assisting with any resources that they might ask for, and definitely assisting with the investigation to help figure out the perpetrators of this crime.
Chris, talk to us about the FBI's role when it comes to massive shootings. Certainly, this is nothing new to your agency. Can you talk about sort of that educational or proactive measure that the agency takes to inform the community about what we do? We've talked to Rania quite a bit about it.
Yeah, and your previous guest did an excellent job of highlighting some of those resources available. But one of the things I'd like to do is point your viewers to the FBI.gov website. So again, that's FBI.gov, and on that website you can find a couple videos that are made available to the public, and also some pamphlets, and that's literature that has been put together by the FBI and some of the hardworking experts there that have taken a holistic look at multiple events across the country and just kind of put together a list of best practices for how we as the public can respond to such events, and just really the steps that are necessary to both safeguard and prevent, but also, if we are unfortunate and we find ourselves in events such as that we're able to respond appropriately. So those resources are available at FBI.gov if anyone would like to go check those out.
And Agent Johnson, also online on your website, there's a video that the city of Houston produced, and the strategy is run, fight, hide. So if the public, if we all have questions about what we can do to sort of prepare, there are also those resources online?
That's absolutely right. Yeah, the city of Houston produced that video, and it's Run, Hide, Fight is the name of the video, and that's really the order that we'd like for people to respond to such an event, where we want to remove ourselves from a dangerous environment as quickly as possible. If we're not able to do that, then we want to hide, or the common terminology is to shelter in place. And as a last resort, and when faced with with no other options, then we want to fight, and we want to do that to preserve both our lives and the lives of others that are around us.
All right. Chris Johnson, thank you so much. What's so amazing to me, Derek, is that so many people took out their phones and live streamed and took video during this calamity.
Yeah, and on one hand, it's great that information is more readily available because of social media, but on the other hand, it's also sort of horrifying, even more horrifying, to see an event play out with such an up-close front row seat.
Sure is.
Well, listen, we're going to leave it there with Special Agent Chris Johnson. Thank you so much for your time, and stick around because there's much more Houston Life right after this.